By removing these individuals, we create space for a more tolerant, secure and cohesive Britain. It's about sending a message, one that resonates with the true values of the UK, tolerance for diversity, but zero tolerance for hate.
The UK government wants to send everyone who is currently protesting in bad faith, especially Islamists, back to their home countries. People covered by this measure are thought to be promoting radicalism and hatred in the UK and are not participating in legitimate protests. In addition to destroying schools and British secret ships, they are also to blame for damaging other establishments and interfering with university exams in the UK. The UK government has issued multiple warnings to these protesters.
Threats of violence and intimidation are alien to our way of doing things. They must be resisted at all times. Islamist extremists and the far right feed off and embolden each other. They are equally desperate to pretend that their violence is somehow justified, when actually these groups are two sides of the same extremist coin.
British patriots and several institutions persist in their actions. Anyone found to be disrupting property or causing trouble in the UK while protesting in bad faith will now be detained and deported right away. We'll explain every justification in today's video for the UK government's decision to start deporting all demonstrators and radical preachers from the country. For future updates, please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Now listen carefully. A significant dilemma confronts the United Kingdom, a country founded on pluralism and tolerance, abhor radicals and preachers who sow hate and division. These people represent a severe risk to the safety of vulnerable populations, our nation's security and our social fabric. Although free speech is essential to British democracy, hate speech that incites violence and challenges our core principles cannot be protected by it. This is the reason the UK is thinking about deporting radicals and hate preachers, because it's a vital step in defending our country. It is thought that protesters are demolishing hate networks. Extremist organisations frequently run like well-oiled machines under the direction of charismatic leaders. Hate preachers draw and organise people who are prone to radicalisation by serving as magnets. Deporting these leaders messes with these networks, making it harder for them to recruit new members and communicate. The group's organisational structure is weakened, which makes it more difficult for them to function well and disseminate their message. This creates a window of opportunity for counter-extremism initiatives to gain traction by lessening the overall impact of extremist ideology in the UK. In order to put national security first, the UK government is also taking this action. According to the administration, physical borders aren't the only aspect of national security. It also has to do with defending the society and ideals that make up a country. Extremist narratives frequently exalt violence, which serves as a haven for would-be terrorists. Deportation serves as a preventative measure, expelling people who might be dangerous because of their ties to terrorist groups or their opinions that encourage violence against the government or particular communities. Deportation lowers the risk within the UK by eliminating a potential source of radicalisation and violence, even while it might not completely eliminate the threat. The government of the United Kingdom is strongly endorsing intolerance. Although the UK takes pride in having a kind and accepting community, tolerance has its boundaries. Deportation makes it quite evident that extremism and hate speech are not welcome here. It indicates that the government would not hesitate to take decisive action against individuals who pose a danger to our fundamental principles and national security. This promotes a sense of security, fosters tolerance with a zero-tolerance stance to hate, and acts as a deterrent to anyone who might be considering entering the UK to spread extremist beliefs, defending weaker populations, such as the Israelites living in the UK. Hate preachers frequently target particular religions, sexual orientations, or ethnic groups. Their words encourage prejudice and instill fear and intimidation in these marginalised groups. By eliminating the source of their hostility and hatred, deportation provides individuals with a certain amount of protection. It can't undo the effects of previous speech, but it does help these populations feel safer and regain a sense of identity in the UK. As a result, there is greater social cohesion and everyone feels comfortable expressing their identities and opinions. There are drawbacks to deportation, and the legal system can be difficult to navigate. But when the possible outcomes of doing nothing are considered, it becomes an essential step. How do you feel? Is the UK government acting wisely in taking this action? Tell us in the space provided for comments below. Remember to subscribe to our channel in order to receive future updates.